Do you feel you're stuck in your business and you got another job? You had started this business to get out of a job, or you started with a lot of big plans for it and now you feel stuck? Well, that's a pretty common problem a lot of us go through. And I say us because almost every business owner goes through this phase of growing their business. But let me introduce myself first. My name is Farooq Cheema. I'm the founder and president of ForgeScale. We work with companies to help them grow. And I've acquired a lot of businesses, over 20 different businesses, and exited them too, and founded tens of other businesses too. So I've definitely been there and have a lot of friends who are in that situation. But you know what? The good thing is there's a way out of it. So let's talk about why that happens. Well, typically it happens because either you've lost your drive for the business. It was so exciting when you started it. It was so cool. You were going to be your own boss. You were going to take over the world. You were going to provide for yourself, your family, live a lifestyle that you wanted. Now it just feels so blah, not so exciting anymore. Or what you're doing is you're just taking day-to-day calls. You plan on running your life a certain way, but then you get a call, something happens, some customer calls you, some issue with an employee, something always happens that you can't seem to do what you want to be doing, stuff that gives you energy. So let's talk about a little bit about how to prevent such situations or how to get out of that funk. Number one, start off by reminding yourself why you got into business, or you may actually have achieved the goals you had wanted to achieve. And you kind of, now you don't have that new challenge to go on anymore. You got to work on that. You can't delegate that. Start off by either hanging around, going to conferences where you feel more motivated and energized on where you can take your business. Hang around people who have larger businesses than you. I've seen people sometimes say, hey, listen, my business is doing fine. A lot of doctors, a lot of professional services will say, my business is doing fine. I'm getting good cash flow out of it. But they'll find other things that motivate them. They might get involved in local civic communities and start volunteering or getting into politics or other ways that they feel they can add value, just to keep that excitement going in the business. Because in their situation, the business is doing fine. I just feel empty. That is an option. Find something else that you find that does excite you. That challenge you had of you have to survive, you have to fight every day to grow your business. Maybe you're past that stage. Now, let's talk about the second reason this happens. Because you may be trying to grow your business. You know what you want to do. You're just not able to get to it, and you feel like you've taken on another job of babysitting employees, handling the day-to-day, managing cash flow, paying the bills. And that may be because you haven't empowered your team, or you have the wrong team around you. Let me explain. The wrong team doesn't mean you have the wrong people. They may not be aware that they can make certain decisions on your behalf. You're so busy handling the day-to-day. You got to go in and pay that check that the vendor was needed to pay, or the certain customer issue wasn't handled. Now suddenly you Saturday afternoon, you're trying to figure that out, how to fix it. Well, in that case, you may not have enough processes that your employees can take over for you, or they don't want to take it over because they're used to solving problems for them. Or, and this might hurt you a little bit, you're not letting your team step up and be empowered to make the decisions they need to. My point being, there is a solution. And it's either the people around you that you're relying on to get things done, or you may not feel that they're getting things done and you're avoiding making that decision of letting them go if you know that they're wrong people, because, hey man, if I lose that person, I'm going to have to do it myself. Or you haven't empowered them and trained them to step up so you can have a better quality of life. Number three, you may also feel, just because you might have the right team, you may be doing other things, but you just feel that this is like a common drudgery. It's how long am I going to keep on doing this for? I want to do something different. Where's the light at the end of the tunnel? How long do I do this? You wake up in the morning, the money is good. It's just not challenging. Well, that's a motivation issue, very similar to the first part we talked about. And there's ways of figuring out what it is that the next challenge you do want. It may be, in some cases I have seen, that there are personal problems that you're trying to avoid and you just focus at work, but work is now stuck. Or personal challenges, going on that are not being handled. One way to, again, the solution is similar to what happened in option number one. Hang around other people who are actually quite excited about their businesses. They want to grow it bigger. You may have already conquered the first mountain. You need to figure out what your next goal is. And that might re-energize you too again. You may feel that you're in a big fish in a small pond and not realize it. You just need to be part of a smaller fish in a bigger pond and get into that same zone that got you here, which is that hunger of succeeding, that hunger of I'm going to win. That's missing. You can get that. And those people around you too. So in summary, while the majority of reasons you may feel that you're stuck is really in how you're seeing yourself, but that's solvable as we've just gone through it. You may feel that you're in a rut. In fact, I tell you, it's one of the biggest risks of being the business owner, because if you get stuck in a rut, then you're going to be going into burnout and the business can be hurt a lot. But the other part, I think, as we pointed out, is also because is your team around you stepping up the way you need them to step around, or are you the leader that they need to see so that they can step up? With that said, if you're going through this problem again, just be optimistic. There is a solution. It does take some time. You'll get through it and you become a better leader and a better business owner as you get to the other side on this.